Welcome back, folks. And today we're going to have a little chat. We're going to have a little chat. So, firstly, I want to thank everybody that's reached out, that's taken time to comment, that is obviously getting engaged in the channel because you're helping me to formulate the content with this. So, thank you to you for being part of this journey and for being brave enough because it does take a definite level of bravery to want to make the changes, to wake up to the stuff that I'm talking about. And what am I talking about? So if you're coming across this the first time, what have I been talking about? So if I was to summarize all of the content, all of the many hours, probably days worth of content I've got on this channel, what's it about? It's about it's time to wake up, folks. So if you're a healer, an empath, or a light worker, there's a vibrational shift on the planet at the moment that is encouraging you to wake up to who you really are. And who am I, Adam? Who the hell am I? Don't know him from Adam, even though I am Adam. Who is Adam? I don't know. Well, we're going to operate through a different lens now. I'm not going to ask you to believe me at all. I'm going to ask you to just play a game. Let's play a game. So let's play a game where in this game that it's possible that the reason that we're here is because we chose to be here and we chose to forget why we're here. That's part of the package. That's the game. That's the game, folks. And your life on this planet is all about you waking up to the fact that you're here for a reason. Now, if you were to be here for a reason and you have a strong and developed sense of empathy, which makes you an empath, a light worker, a healer, star child, whatever it is you want to call it, someone that feels they're here for a bigger purpose, someone that feels that they're here to do something bigger than they currently know. Or maybe you think you already do know what you're here to do, you just don't know how you're going to do it. So they're the type of people that are attracted to my channel. You've been energized by me to be attracted, my friends, to be attracted to this message, to play this little game with me today. The game where we take into our minds the possibility that we may have chosen whatever life it is, with all of the difficulties that we've had in it, to help us to grow and evolve a bit like a diamond, pressurizing that diamond together. Because if you have resisted the urge to top yourself, which is offers some the way that some people go, some people don't wake up to the fact that we gave ourselves these challenges in this game that we came here to play, and that you create the rules. The problem is, in this game with the rules, you probably were told a set of rules by people that didn't even know they were in the game. They were just winging it. People called your parents, who ended up thinking maybe they're going to have a wonderful relationship. And then suddenly kids came along and things didn't probably work out that well between them. And they get lost in the game. Now, if you're one of those rare people who've got happily married parents and they've always been happy and they've always got on, they've always found that way, then fair play, fair play. But most people don't. That's statistically the way that it works, folks. That we get rules, we get beliefs put upon us, we get people telling us what we're meant to be doing, how to play the game. And there's only one thing that you need to judge it by. Is the person telling you the rules living the life that you want? Are they the person that you want? Are they exuding the qualities that you respect and you like? Because as healers, empaths, light workers, we get lost in the game and we get idiots, unhappy, miserable, narcissistic characters telling us what the rules are and how they think we should be playing them. And the problem is that so many people ends up playing a different game to the one that you're actually here to play. You end up believing other people's rules, folks. You end up having a lower opinion of yourself to the point where you put other people's beliefs ahead of your own. So a big part of the healer, the light worker, the empath is to wake up to your own intuition. Stuff you already know, stuff that you already believe, stuff that maybe no one else around you believes or knows. And this is another common thing for the healer the empath, the light worker. Let's just call them healers. I mean, all of the above, all of the stuff. So if you're high empathy, if you're a healer, if you're here to help people, if you love to help people, if you get joy from your life when you are helping people, then you are in the category of people that we're talking about here. And that is people that are finding their way, people that are doing good in the world, people that are giving back, people that love to help. And the symptoms are people are drawn towards you. People feel good when they spend time with you. You're very good. You're very perceptive at sorting people's problems out. You're probably a very good listener, which in this world is an increasingly rare gift that a lot of people don't have, the capacity to hold space and listen. And you probably get good results when you sit down with people and your intention is to help them. And not only that, you probably get great insights through when you're helping other people because you are a channel. You're a channel to help. As an empath, we open ourselves out. So just to bring that alive to you folks, when I started learning things like Reiki, vortex healing, energy medicine, all of the things, channeling, all of everything I've ever trained in, all it told me, I mean, 90% of what I learned was why I was a good nurse. I was a good nurse, not because I could tell you every bone in the body or know every cell that you had, or was the boffin of the class that could learn all of these anatomy and physiology things. I was a good nurse because I thought I was a terrible nurse. And thinking I was a terrible nurse made me good at sitting down and listening to patients, especially my time as a student nurse. Now, here I am over 30 years after starting my nurse training, and I could tell you that the skill that is the most important as a healer, as a nurse, is your capacity to listen. And not only that, it's drawing that really difficult line as a nurse over to how much you have to do, your workload, versus the healing power of just letting somebody talk and letting them heal themselves. So on my journey, folks, what I found is that as a healer, I don't actually do the healing. People can only heal themselves. People can only do this for themselves. All I do is hold space and facilitate that to happen or not. And it's the same for you. You know, most healers need to realize that there's a point that you have to wake up and realize that it doesn't matter how many healing powers you think you have, that you're just a channel. You're a channel. And the only person that you have true 100% healing power over is you. That the most importantly person that you came here to heal is yourself. And this is the paradox of the empath. The average empath will usually value their best friend's well-being above their own. And the journey of healing is to bring that into alignment, is to treat your own well-being as much as you would your best friend. That's the healer's journey. That's what I'm here to help you to do. That's what I'm here to help myself to do. So I'm a hell of a lot better at that now at this stage in life, but I used to be absolutely terrible at it. Now, I was great at having fun and I was a right laugh at the party. And in fact, I was party central. So especially living in a nurse's home where all the lunatics live, and we used to drink a lot, folks. And apparently, I was a legend when I was drunk. But that's another story for another time. It's probably one I probably wouldn't remember of some of those nights out. But again, I digress. The point being that we've all been on a very different and probably interesting journey along the lines to learn what we learn. And what have I learned that's important for you as a healer, an empath, and a light worker? Let me give you three things that are really important. First thing, the healing journey is about your ability to heal yourself. Everyone else, every other result that you get, yeah, it might be nice. They might tell you how wonderful you are. That might even fluff your ego for a bit and give you some sort of validation. But everything reflects back. It's like a mirror. We're here to heal ourselves. And what is healing? It's the second point. What is healing? So as a nurse, what I learned, like with all the healing techniques, is that some people are just ready to die. And what is healing to them? So healing is about um, understanding the four pillars of well-being. So your physical, your spiritual, your mental, and your emotional. Now, at the end of life, there's no point trying to heal someone's physical. It's their spiritual, their mental, and emotional well-being that you need to work on. And part of that is helping them to make sense of their life. And part of that, a big part of that, is actually getting them to believe in something beyond our physical existence here. And I can tell you for certain, folks, having worked in that field for well over a decade of speaking to thousands of people that had near-death experiences, that had passed on, of sometimes being the last person that people spoke to, bringing people back, of interviewing people who'd been on the other side, who'd been clinically dead. I can say with some degree of certainty that this is not it. I am a firm believer that the spirit lives on. And that's coming from somebody who previously called themselves an atheist. I've never been forced to go to church. I've never subscribed to any religion. I've never believed in a God, folks. So there you go. Controversial. No, Adam, no, 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 stop that. Don't talk about religion on a video. It's just true. I have a belief from my healing journey, and this is probably going to be a little bit controversial, that as a healer, I've seen some stuff that could probably be described. In fact, it could definitely be described as miraculous working with healing. I've also worked with healing as sort of absolute disasters because my perception of what I was doing wasn't right at the time. So it's a healing journey, it's a learning journey. And I firmly believe that if there is a God, that it is an energy that runs through all of us, that we all have the capacity to tap into. Now, we might only spend 0.00001% of our life being that God energy, owning that God energy. And the same thing, if there's a devil, the same deal. We all have the capacity to run this energy. It runs through us. And we choose which ones we're going to channel, folks. That's my personal belief. And I'm off on a tangent, probably a slightly more controversial one than needed to happen on this video. But, you know, I'm channeling it. It's just coming through me right now. And here's something else honest. When I record these videos, I often start off and I start talking, and there is no theme. I just go with the flow. I go with whatever comes through me. And this is what's coming through today. So that's as much a surprise to me as it is to you. I had no idea that this video was going to this place, but there you are. I believe that we're all a life force energy. As healers, we either channel the good stuff, we can be, dare I call it, God, if we choose to be, and we can be the devil if we choose to be. And that there is a life force, there is something that interconnects all of us, and there's definitely something beyond this physical plane. So there you go. There's somebody from an atheist point of view. No, not an atheist. I'd call myself agnostic. But the idea of a single being all powerful, I think it's a very disempowering belief, folks. Apart from anything else, I think it lacks accountability. And I think that we're more connected to who we are when we feel that we can connect into an energy that's greater than ourselves. And any healer that's worth their weight will know that there's something that we can't explain. When you work with energy, sometimes nothing seems to happen. Sometimes it's imperceptible, but sometimes you see stuff that just cannot be explained. I've seen doctors baffled by stuff that I've done. No, that's going to take that back. Not stuff that I've done, stuff that I've facilitated. People can only heal themselves. We can only heal ourselves. And we can be a channel, a guide, a holder of space to facilitate others who are ready to heal themselves. So there you go. There's a few distinctions. I certainly didn't anticipate this video going off on this tangent. And retrospectively, now that I've said all of this, it could be one of my more controversial videos that I've thrown out. But there you go, folks. It is a flow of thought. It is a flow of energy. And to all of you healers out there that are worried about creating content and putting your stuff out there, I encourage you to do it. Get on Zoom, press record, and just see where it goes. So there you go. I had no idea this video was going in this direction, but there you go. Maybe there's some nugget of gold for you within this aspect of it. And as ever, I'm very open to your questions, your comments, whatever it is you want to throw at my way. And just so we know, folks, part of the YouTube or Rumble experience or the social media experience is learning resilience. Resilience, because not everybody's going to like what you talk about. Not everyone's going to like you. But the lesson in life, if that only matters if it affects your relationship with yourself. And luckily, I'm the other side of the fence now. I call myself a reformed people pleaser. I don't care. Anyone that doesn't like what I have to say, anyone that doesn't agree with what I have to say, anyone that's going to be blatantly nasty for no reason, I'm not really worried. If people don't agree with what I had to say and have a very interesting argument against it, then I'm all up for a debate, folks. I know enough to know that I'm not always right. In fact, quite frequently, I'm not. So there you go. My free-flowing thoughts for this little video. I hope it helps you, and I'll be very welcome to your comments. And if you're still watching my little ramble and you're not subscribed to this channel, then please like and subscribe it. Let's get the message out there. Let's help build this community, because ultimately I'll be looking to help and involve you in the stuff that we'll be doing here, because you can't do it alone. And my time on this planet is finite, folks. I could be gone tomorrow, and I'm realistically long enough in the tooth to acknowledge that. And maybe one day this video will come back and I'll be on the other side and I'll be able to work with you from there if you believe that that's possible. But from someone that has experienced that, from a friend, well, then maybe that's another conversation for another day. We'll just leave that. We'll just leave that ... ticker for another video for another day. So, folks, same bat time, same bat channel. If you want more of this content, let me know. And thank you for your support and your time in listening to my little random rambles.